Hey guys, welcome to another video on my channel Hairliciously. I hope all of you guys have been doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Kylie Jenner's ex-boyfriend, rapper Tyga, and his crazy hair transformation over the past few years. Now, for those who have not realized who Tyga is a rapper that gave us RECEDED. And the thing is, he's never always had that low adolescent hairline until recently. Even a few years back, his hairline was so receded that it actually made LeBron'S hairline look good. A lot of people have been speculating, what exactly has he done to lower his hairline so drastically? Because based on pictures, it looks as if he's dropped at least 2 inches. How did he go from a Norwood 3 or Norwood 4 to a Norwood 0? How did he get rid of his 5 head and ended up with a 2-inch forehead? So there's a lot of people who've actually speculated a few things. Number one, obviously a hair transplant. Number two, possibly he may be wearing a hairpiece that is just so undetectable. And number three, a hair weave. So in this video, I will be giving you guys my personal opinion on what Tyga did to go from a 5-head to a 2-head. Tyga'S music career started in 2008, where he released his first independent album. And here's a picture of Tyga at the 2008 MTV Video Music Awards. And at the young age of 19, you can see that his forehead is relatively naturally large with a hint of a receded hairline. And at this point, his hairline isn't too bad, although you guys can start to see the beginning stages of male pattern baldness. And this hair loss is never a good thing, but it's even worse if you are suffering from hair loss at a younger age, which is almost 100% certain that it's going to be indicative of a more severe form of hair loss later down in the road. And that is exactly what happened to Tyga, as you guys can see in some of the pictures that I'm going to be showing you guys. Even for Tyga's son, King Cairo, he also seems to have inherited his father's balding genes, and you guys can obviously see how big his forehead is, even as a baby. Now moving on to 2011, Tyga has started to lose a lot more hair. And these are some pictures of Tyga in 2011, where his hair has significantly receded. And his temporal points have also become non-existent, and his hairline has retreated pretty far back. Tyga's major hit came in the form of 2011's RECEDED, and in this video, you can see him sporting a wide range of headgear ranging from bandanas, beanies, snapbacks, hats, and he was probably doing so to cover up his hair loss, because a lot of people who are suffering from hair loss tends to wear hats, and I guess they're just subconscious of their baldness. Now in this photo here, we can see Tyga frolicking in the sea with Kylie Jenner. However, if you look closely at his hairline, particularly his temples on the left and right side, looks like it's actually his hair, but it's thinning quite a bit. And before this, Tyga was receding to the point where there was no hair on his temples. He had a pretty distinctive Norwood 3 to a Norwood 4. And with most hair transplantation, full density can't be achieved, also in the same case as my hair transplant. And that can explain Tyga's see-through scalp. Now, if you guys take a look at my hairline, you guys can still see that, there's that kind of see-through effect, transparency, and a lot of times it's going to take more than one hair transplant for somebody to achieve a good density. And I believe that's what happened to Tyga. Now, as far as other photos that you guys see online that show him with an impeccable Norwood 0 without any signs of recession and a full head of hair with just maximum density, I feel that he got the hair transplant to lower his hairline to reestablish where his hairline should be. And I think that he also might have incorporated some type of a weave transplant, which is very popular amongst African Americans, which is pretty much sewn onto existing hair. And then it's combed over to fill in the gaps and any places that you're receding. Now, since there's no way for a hair transplant to provide full density in a lot of the cases, I think this is what Tyga did by incorporating a hair transplant with the hair weave to establish a full set of hair. So I'm pretty sure that Tyga's actually had a hair transplant and not a hairpiece, because you also have to kind of consider his age. And a lot of young people who isn't really fully bald, if you're a Norwood 3 or Norwood 4, you would still be able to qualify for a hair transplant. Now, the fact that he actually lowered his hairline by about 2 inches from a Norwood 3 to a Norwood 0 wouldn't really be recommended by a lot of hair transplant clinics or doctors, because you also have to consider future hair loss, and you only have so many hairs to transplant. In the end, your donor zone will deplete, and you may not have enough donor hair to cover for future hair loss. But in the case for Tyga, I feel that he wanted to aggressively attack his hairline by bringing it down about 2 inches. And I think that's a risk that he's going to end up having to take, because if he does suffer from hair loss, further hair loss, which like I said is indicative, especially if you're suffering from male pattern baldness at a younger age, he's going to continue to recede and recede and recede, and he's not going to have enough hair to keep up with his hair loss. But since he does have to portray his image and his sex appeal to his viewers, I believe that he just went for the risk and decided to lower his hairline and bring it to one that resembles an adolescent hairline that has somewhat of a decent density. And I also feel that African Americans in general would be excellent candidates for a hair transplant because of their hair's characteristics. They have thick and kinky curly hairs that give us an impression of good hair density. And the fact that if you were to compare with some, like a white person's hair where it's more straight and it's more thin, African Americans can actually get more density for a smaller amount of hair grafts. And also the fact that they have a darker complexion, they also don't have to worry as much about the scars healing in the front, unlike for somebody like me, for an Asian or somebody who is Caucasian, it's going to be more noticeable. The redness is going to be more apparent, and it's going to be a little bit harder to disguise. But I feel that for Tyga, since being, I think he's like half African American and he's like half some other type of Asian descent, he does have a darker complexion, which gives him the benefit of being able to kind of disguise the scars. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this video. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you guys think that he's either had a hair transplant or something else, make sure to share your comments and give me a reason why you think that is the case. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, because I'm going to try to push out as many videos as I can, analyzing different actors and possibly actresses' hairlines and figuring out exactly what they've done to reverse their hairline or their hair loss. So thanks for watching guys, and I will keep you guys updated, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.